We continue with our pre-entry previews right here on Winners and Winers and Stable Wagers as we get you ready for the 2021 Breeders' Cup. We will be giving official previews starting on Monday evening and throughout the week. 14 races for this year's Breeders' Cup World Championships. We're going to have exactas and trifectas and some recommended win wagers on all the races, including some long shots. But let's talk right now of the Breeders' Cup Sprint. The winner of this race gets the title of the world's fastest racehorse. They will go 6 furlongs. Usually they'll do it in 108 and change. And this is going to be one of the biggest favorites of the day. If you have not heard of Jackie's Warrior, you have been missing out. Jackie's Warrior has put together one of the more old school campaigns. Now, some of you may remember Jackie's Warrior from last year. He was favored in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, ran a disappointing race that day, but since then, his 3-year-old campaign, they tried to stretch him out. He did not do well at Oaklawn Park, and ever since then, they've made him a sprinter, and he has just powered away with a string of 100-plus Brisnet speed figures. He ran a 103 in the Woody Stevens, a 103 in the Amsterdam, a 106 in the Jerkins, and a 107 last race out at Philadelphia Park. He comes in riding a 3-race win streak, and he's won 4 of his last 5. He's won 8 of 11 lifetime for the son of McLean's Music. Now, he's probably going to be your 6-5 favorite, but he is going to have some competition. And one of those horses is a name of Dr. Shivel. He was one of the early winners last year at Del Mar, a private purchase after a big win. And his 3-year-old campaign now has been pretty much just sprinting. He's come out with 3 races, 3 wins, and he is ready and basically the best of the West Coast. He won the Santa Anita Sprint Championship, and now he gets to take on Jackie's Warrior. Interesting enough, the 2 favorites in this race are both 3-year-olds. So they've got to take on some older horses. And let's take a look at some of those long shots right now. When you take a look at horses, and these are horses that normally aren't long shots, but they're going to be long shots in this race. Aloha West comes up as a runner-up effort at Keeneland. He's lightly raced, 8 lifetime starts, 4 wins. He's got the pedigree to be a top sprinter. He's by hard spun. He was a strong miler, set the pace in the Kentucky Derby a few years back. And then you've got horses like Flagstaff, who won at Churchill Downs earlier this year, has got some big wins on the East Coast. Overall, 7 for 22 lifetime. He also ran second to CZ Rocket earlier this year, as he's got some big races on his resume. And then following C, he won a short field, a 4-horse field the last time out. That was at Belmont. Firenze Fire was favored in that race, but following C, he had lost to Jackie's Warrior a couple races back, and then he kind of went on the engine in his most recent race, the Vogsburg, and went wire to wire in that race. So I think he's definitely a long shot worth considering here in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Now, the Sprint, I think we're going to get a fast pace because you got Dr. Shivel, and post position draw is going to be key in this race. We're going to get post positions drawn on Monday evening, and that's going to start determining our winning wagers here as we start to make our selections and make our exacta wagers and trifecta wagers for you later on this week. But remember, post position will be key in this race. An outside draw could be beneficial. If all the speed draws inside, then we may get some really fast fractions, and it could set up for a closer. Now, the closers in this race probably going to be a horse like Flagstaff. He could close a little bit. I think Aloha West could be one of the closers. And then when you take a look at the favorites, Jackie's Warrior, I think he wants to be on the engine, and his natural speed, that just kind of brings him to the lead. So I think Jackie's Warrior maybe could sit just a little bit off the pace if he wanted to. But a lot of times your best weapon in this Breeders' Cup Sprint is to just use your speed. That got you here. Dr. Shivel, the last time out, his Brisnet speed figure was a 104. Before that, he had a 92 and a 101. So he's definitely ready to capable of probably, you're probably going to need about a 106 to 110 Brisnet speed figure to win this race. Maybe a 105 to 107 on the buyer scale. And I definitely think Jackie's Warrior, Aloha West, Flagstaff, and even a horse like Dr. Shiva are all capable of running a speed figure in that range. So pace will be key. I think the most likely pace setters are probably going to be Dr. Shivel and Jackie's Warrior, but we'll have to see how the post positions shake out. Remember, we've already got some preview videos up here on Stable Wagers. We took a look at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies and the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and more previews to come as we get you ready throughout the week for the 2021 Breeders' Cup. We are going to have preview videos of all 14 races. The Breeders' Cup coming up Friday and Saturday from Del Mar. Friday will be Future Stars Friday, 5 Breeders' Cup races. And then on Saturday, we'll have 9 Breeders' Cup races for a total of 14. Del Mar, the site of the 2021 Breeders' Cup. Make sure to hit like and subscribe as we get you ready for the 2021 Breeders' Cup from Del Mar.